Wow.
Well, I'm surprised you give them rights, because I don't believe in rights. Rights are just an invention of the ego. There are no rights. If we got rid of rights in the world would be a better place. Anyway, so changing values. So you've got a list of associated, dissociated. Yeah, that'll do. Excellent. So you can change values and change the order of values where they are in a list by finding out the submodalities of, say, the one above, where you want to put it. So if you want to, as an example, so say if you've got some career values, and you want to add in, because the person's got no money in their career values and they don't actually really have money in their life, then you might want to put money in, say, around 3 or 4. So you would find out the submodalities there, find out the submodalities of there, find out the submodalities of, say, money, and then change the submodalities of money until it fits somewhere in between the submodalities of 3 and 4. So let's come back to that in a minute. So if you have a look over the page, values alignment, no?
No, organisation. Well, one next, the 20 card.
Yeah, so values alignment. The first value really should be the most abstract. And are all other values a subset of the higher value? That is one thing you can do. So, for instance, if someone has relationship values, then probably what you want at the top is love. And then everything can be a subset of that. But it's rare that you find that. in fact. Most people's values won't be that abstract. You can get them to be more abstract by asking certain questions. Like, what's important to you about that? Or any kind of question that's going to create chunking up, because chunking up leads to greater levels of abstraction. So you could then ask, what is the positive intention of that? Or what is this an example of? And then number two, the syntax of values is you start at the bottom and say, so does this one support this one? And does this one support this one?
The one thing I'm a bit confused about there is if what happens if it doesn't support it?
Then you need to realign the values, and that will either mean by moving the order around. Yeah, so it could be literally just saying, well, reorder them then. So you could, yeah, so you could just say that, reorder them. Or you could do this process of submodalities to reorder them. Because there also could be, which is related to the next number three, there could be some away from there as well. So is the underlying motivation in the value what is wanted or what is not wanted? So you want to look for and listen for negations, comparative deletions. So if someone simply says more love, that will be a comparative deletion. And I would probably bet money on it if I was a betting person that there will be a negation there as well. So there will, because they're saying more love, that means that there's a lack of love by implication. So there will be an away from there. And yeah, any modal operators of necessity. Which can come up, but I find it's quite rare in value solicitation, because I'm normally asking the person to come up with short, succinct things, so you're getting them as abstract as possible. But if you do find modal operators of necessity, then there will be away from there. Then you can have toward and away from conflicts. and really the various conflicts that are listed below. So if you turn the page, hopefully you'll have turn the page again then. Yeah, that's it. You'll have examples of possible conflicts. So sequential incongruity will be where someone seemingly is moving towards poverty, and at the same time, sorry, what did I say towards poverty? Towards money, and at the same time moving away from poverty. So they will probably go through cycles of having money, then not having money, then having money, then not having money. So there's an incongruity there. And then simultaneous incongruity, where they will just be conflicted because they say, well, I want money and I'm working loads of hours to get it, and I really value freedom. And they probably don't have any. That will normally lead to a state of stuckness, actually, because they will want money and they will want freedom, so they might not do anything. And then another one could be intimacy. They fear intimacy. They're moving away from intimacy because it's risky and scary. And at the same time, they're moving away from the feeling of being rejected or abandoned. So yeah, the person will be in a very mixed message kind of state. They will say, I've got to be with you, I've got to be with you, but don't hug me. I really need you, I really need you. I can't trust it when you smile. You know I love you, I know I love you. But you're not sleeping with me tonight, you've got to sleep downstairs. So there will be just, yeah, these strong incongruities, weird messages. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking horrible. if you come across someone like that, yeah, we used to get a few Trisha show guests doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're all like that.
Well, not all of them. You know, we had lead singer of Kajagoogoo on, and Francis Rossi, and the witch, the witch off of something or another, where they had witches. She was great, 88-year-old witch.
Was she a real witch or an actor?
Well, it's hard to know because she'd been playing the role of a witch for so long. She used to be, I think she's just called Witchy Poo. Oh, she was great. She used to appear in a puff of green smoke right in a classroom as a green witch. Yeah. Anyway, moving along. Yeah, so really you got the solution to those incongruencies there. Okay. So did you all look at, in finding values, did you look at areas that were seeming problematic? Or did you just pick values that you thought would be interesting? He was busy playing with Jim.
What? What? I'm completely lost. I miss someone playing with me. I feel bereft. Could you just tell me how to do that feature so I can enjoy it?
But I guess, anyway, I've no idea what I said now. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Did you pick values to elicit that were in a area problematic or just an area of interest? Okay, so good. In that case, you're going to pick values in an area where you would like improvement or change. Okay, well, you've already got some change, so I would just go through them again. So groups two. Jim, make sure you know you're with someone who knows what they're doing. It's all straightforward. And yeah, what I want you to do is go through process again quicker this time because you've had practice. And then if there's any incongruities, come and tell me. If it's just a case of changing values by using submodalities, just go ahead and do it because it's very, very easy to do. So That's the page I want to show you. So to clarify what you're going to do, number one, elicit values. In an area of the person's life where they'd like to make changes. Two, find threshold values. And then three, order the values. So that means if you could only have one, what would it be? And if you could only have one plus another, what would it be? So you get an order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 6, and you only take 6. And then as part of the ordering the values, you say, and so does this one at number 6, does that support you having number 5? And does you having number 5 support the actualization or the arising of number, whatever the other number is above? So that's all part of the ordering of values. Next step is find the away from and towards for each value. And then change values. And I specifically mean submodality change. If there's any other changes to do, come and see me before doing it. So submodality change would either mean putting something into the set of values that is missing, like say someone has, I think fun should be in every set of values somewhere. Personal or enjoyment, pleasure, something like that. Relationship, I think, should have sex in there. Or if fun is sex, sex is fun, great. Or if communication is sex, then that's okay as well. I think, you know, true sex is communication. Other than that, it's normally about power on one side or the other. Yep, I think that's my tips for values. Yeah, other than if you're doing career, most people would want to have money in there in the top 6, but not too high, because then the person just becomes obsessed with talking about money and working, and just becomes unpleasant to be around generally. All right, any questions? All right, so 20 minutes each, maximum.
No, I was just thinking we needed to